My name is Jeff Morgan. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I want to talk about a meeting that will be held later on this week at the Juvenile Justice and Family Issues Committee, 10:30 a.m. or upon final adjournment, recess or bill referral if permission granted. This, again, is going to be taking place on March the 1st, 2023. The place is in E2.030. The chair of this committee is Harold V. Dutton, Jr. Now, what it says is this, is regarding the meeting. It says that the committee will meet to conduct an organizational hearing. Testimony will be invited only from the following agencies and organizations. Number one listed is the it's the Family Law Foundation, the Texas Family Law Foundation. The Texas Anti-Family Lawless Foundation, I believe, is a better description of it. The Office of the Attorney General, the Child Support Division of that, Texas Juvenile Justice Department, Texas Sunset Advisory Commission, and Texas Council on Family Violence. For those persons who will be testifying, information for in-person witness registration can be found here. And once again, testimony will be invited only from the following agencies and organizations. Now, I don't know if there's other individuals that can come and testify separately apart from them or not. I'm just not sure, but it does give a link here if you do want to, for persons who will be testifying. It talks about the in-person registration. A live video broadcast of this hearing will be available here, and it gives the link to that as well. Instructions related to public access to the meeting location are available here. And once again, it gives that link as well. Finally, Texas residents who wish to electronically submit comments related to agenda items on this notice without testifying in person can do so until the hearing is adjourned by visiting, and another link is given there. I think this is very important that we actually talk about this issue. Harold Dutton, again, Representative Harold Dutton is the chair. He's a Democratic chair. Once again, Speaker of the House, the Republican Speaker of the House, wants to make sure things are fair, wants to make sure that Democrats have chairs of different committees. So rather than giving the chair to the Republican, as he should, the Republicans won the election, but Dade Phelan, I mean, he's going to give this chair, probably one of the most important chairs in the legislature down there, to a Democrat to chair. And Democrats and Republicans have different philosophies. In a lot of ways, I'm beginning to wonder if they really aren't two sides of the same dirty coin at times. But regardless, generally speaking, Democrats are a little bit more extremist even than some of our Republicans out there that are now supposedly representing us and representing faith, family, and freedom and stuff like that. But I really wanted to draw attention to one thing, the Texas Family Law Foundation, the Texas Anti-Family Lawless Foundation. Why are they there? They are a lobbying group. If you go back to 2017, Joelle Cannon Sheridan, president of the Texas Family Law Foundation, this was uploaded by me on March 28th, 2017. She is introducing herself to the new committee members, and she says, who and what is the Texas Family Law Foundation? And then she admits that they call themselves the lobbying arm of the Texas State Bar Family Law Section.
When you come up to testify, give us your name and whom you represent,
Sure.
and then you can proceed.
Thank you. Joelle Cannon Sheridan, and I'm the president of the Texas Family Law Foundation. So the Texas Family Law Foundation, we kind of call ourselves the lobbying arm of the Texas State Bar Family Law Section. We kind of call ourselves the lobbying arm of the Texas State Bar Family Law Section. We kind of call ourselves the lobbying arm of the Texas State Bar Family Law Section.
And if you know anything about them, really they are a lobbying group for family law attorneys. They are a lobbying group for divorce attorneys. They do not seek to make laws or to influence legislation for positive means. They represent their client base, the divorce attorneys. Divorce attorneys will have a special representative at this meeting, and they're going to be invited testimony. What is a divorce attorney lobbying group doing with a special invitation? Why has Harold Dutton given them the special invitation that divorce attorney lobbying groups can go down there and make their case? Now, this is the one thing about the Texas Anti-Family Law Foundation. Two of their lobbyists, Steve Brosnan and Amy Brosnan, and I'll have more about them later on, whether they should even be respected. But they are lobbyists. This is their niche. They found ways that they can make a ton of money by lobbying for laws that will actually destroy families and are bad for Texas children, bad for Texas grandchildren, bad for parents, bad for mothers and fathers, bad for aunts and uncles, bad for anybody who lives in the state of Texas. This is what they do. We killed some bad bills for you. And they talked about really, really, really good bills, constitutional bills that would kind of set the committee back right, that would get rid of some really bad legislation. But the problem with the Texas Anti-Family Law Foundation is this. They want bad bills left in place. They do not want good bills to be passed. Why? Because they represent divorce attorneys. And when there are bad bills in place, when there are bad laws in place, they can exploit you in anti-family courts. Remember, who is the client base for this lobbying group? It is divorce attorneys. It is family law attorneys. But here we go. Harold Dutton is giving the lobbying group for attorneys special privilege, special access at this meeting. They are invited testimony. What I want to know is this. Where's the testimony from the other side? Where are the testimony from the parents? Where are the testimonies from the people who are experts in their field, talking about what the damage is that the family law has done to children and to grandchildren and to parents in the state of Texas? How come they aren't invited testimony? Right off the bat, if I were a judge looking at this, I would say that this is not an impartial decision to grant the Texas Anti-Family Lawless Foundation special testimony. And if you go back several years ago, the Texas Anti-Family Lawless Foundation actually gave Harold Dutton, who was the chair, a special award. He was one of the good guys. And I believe that they gave him maybe $10,000 for his campaign. The Texas Anti-Family Law, well, let me take that back, so I'm not accused of anything incorrectly here. Actually, what they do, and this is from, I've read Amy Brosnan's paper that she wrote upon this in 2010 when she wrote a paper for a master's thesis at, I think it was somewhere down at San Marcos for the school that she was attending there, whatever it was. By the way, I wasn't really that impressed with the paper. I didn't think it really warranted the accolades that maybe she thought it did. But, you know, that's my opinion, and you can have your own opinion on it. But she talked about the lobbying and how to lobby in the state of Texas. And she did mention the Texas Family Law Foundation. Now, what I believe is this. Steve and Amy Brosnan, they do lobby for more than just the Texas Anti-Family Law Foundation. They lobby as well for the Texas Trial Lawyers Association. I believe they also lobby for the Texas Court Reporters. So, you know, we have people down there court reporting, right? Even though we have technology that far surpasses what they are using, we could actually have video streams, audio streams, and the courts are equipped with that already. But we have to be very official. The court reporter is going to be down there transcribing things. Even when the court reporter gets things wrong, even when the court reporter cannot transcribe emotions or eyeball rolls or threatening looks and stuff like that in the transcript, we have to rely on this transcript. That's the only recourse that we have. Even though we have a video camera there and an audio camera, the Brosnans, I'm sure, do not want to have these things we do not want to have the courts to be transparent and honest. Oh, no, how can we address it? Oh, privacy. We'll say it's privacy. We've got to protect the privacy of people. What they are doing is that they are protecting the evil and the immorality and the injustices that take place in these courts. They do not want you, as people of Texas, to know what is going on in the anti-family courts. And as I said, there's a newsletter that they've talked about bills that we've killed for you, bad bills that we've killed for you. Who was the you? The bad bills that they killed were for the divorce attorneys, knowing that if they did not kill these bills, the divorce attorneys' business would be impacted. See, once again, make no mistake about this, and Harold Dutton should know this, and everybody in the Juvenile Justice and Family Issues Committee should know this. The Texas Family Law Foundation represents the industry. They represent divorce attorneys. They represent what they call family law attorneys, trying to give themselves some air of respectability, or family law attorneys. They are family destruction attorneys. Why are they down there at all? And once again, if you look at some of the things that Steve and Amy have said on a personal basis, you would wonder who would want these people to represent them. Again, that's my opinion, and I will have a couple of videos probably coming up about that, because we have some very, very, very juicy and things that they've said online, and even threats that they've made, and some very compromising photos. And they've posted these on their social media, so hey, you know, I guess they're free game. You post them on social media, they become public, the public can see them. It's public access at this point. But what I want to know again is why? Why this corrupt group, this unjust group, is being given preferential treatment. And I'm also going to go back. There was a video not too long ago as well. I believe it was last session or the session before. I don't remember which one it was, but I do have that video in here too. When Joel Rogers, who was one of the assistant district deputy attorneys for the Office of the Attorney General and Child Support Division, he talked about getting together with the Texas Family Law Foundation. Why is the Office of the Attorney General, Child Support Division, encouraging any author of any bill to get together with the Texas Family Law Foundation?
When we did the calculations, I think we talked with you through the Texas Family Law Foundation, and there were some discussions with you about that. But it actually created more resources for non-custodial parents, which would have increased normal child support awards.
The Texas Family Law Foundation is going to write bills that will favor the divorce industry. That is what they do. Anyway, this is a big concern. I think that we should be calling up the committee. Once again, there's also a link in here that you can submit your comments. I would encourage you to do so. We need to stop this crooked stuff that's going on in our capital at the Juvenile Justice and Family Issues Committee here in Texas. It will be taking place Wednesday, March the 1st, down in the Capitol. It will be live streamed as well, and this is just something that every Texan should be enraged at, that we would have divorce attorneys given preferential treatment, lobbyists for divorce attorneys to be given preferential treatment and special hearing as if they're somebody special. Yes, they are somebody special. They are people that are seeking to destroy your family. They want bad laws in place to benefit their industry, not to benefit the people of Texas. Something is wrong here. I hope that you wring the lines off the hook, and I also hope that you submit comments to the effect that this is wrong completely, 100%. That's it. Thanks so much.